right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Blindside Podcast. I'm your host, Blind Metal Gamer, along with Kaira Super. How you doing, Kaira?
I'm doing well, Tim. Thanks for having me. Hi, guys. I'm Kaira.
Hey, all right. Tonight we are going to be discussing remasters and remakes, and what games we've been dealing in, and as far as remasters and remakes, and what games we would love to see get remastered and remade. So, Kaira, I'll let you go first.
All right. Well, where to start? I guess we'll start with the most recent that I can think of, which is SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I've actually been playing that one on my new Nintendo Switch Lite, and I got to tell you, the graphics upgrade is amazing. I'm only in, which is Jellyfish Fields, but I can already tell that this is just phenomenal, and they've added so much more from the original. It's just like a breath of fresh air compared to the original. I am in love with it.
As for me and what I've been playing as far as remasters, the last one I played was Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. I'm at that angry fisherman fight. I couldn't get past it, and I just said, since Halloween's over, I'll kind of shove it until next Halloween. One of those deals. And then let's see, other remasters I've played lately. I've not been really playing a lot of remasters lately, but I have played remasters. Oh, those are good. Have you played any of those?
No, I haven't.
Oh man,
Battle for Bikini Bottom is actually my first remaster I've ever played.
Oh man, you're missing out. I mean, they have so much as far as remasters, and I mean, when I saw Ghostbusters the video game, I thought this is just the same game from 2009 on PS3 without the multiplayer. But oh, was I wrong?
I'll bet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then like I said, Darksiders 1 and 2, very good. I think they did a great job on those. The one thing that I wish they would have done in Darksiders 1 and 2 was maybe add some cut content. But what they did, they added the DLC contents and not any additional. And so in a way, it kind of more of a port situation for me.
Yeah. The one thing I hated about the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated was that they tried to cash cow us on exclusive versions that were $150 and $300 respectively, just for merch. I'm like, I'm not paying $300 effing for the FUN edition of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated just so I can get a couple figurines, keychains, stickers, and a pair of SpongeBob themed socks.
Yeah, that to me is a bit pricey. I mean, I'll look at some of these special editions, not only for remasters, but they have things. I know it's not a quote unquote remaster, but it is a quote unquote ultimate edition that's coming out Wednesday of King of Fighters 14. You're gonna get all characters, all costumes.
And I don't know. That's the right way to do it. Offer us more DLC for the money, not stuff like figurines and socks and stickers.
Right, but see, here's the thing with me and why I didn't get KOF right away. I know we're talking about remasters and remakes, but it's kind of an example as to why I didn't get it. It kind of goes right into our remasters topic. Originally, when you buy a fighting game, you buy it and you have to pay for the DLC over time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they'll give you a base roster. Like, this is why I haven't bought Power Rangers Battle for the Grid yet. I don't want to buy it and have to pay like $70 just for all that content. I want to wait until the complete version drops when I can get all the stuff in one purchase for one price. That's why when I'm at do the remaster thing, and when I hear like, okay, here's a perfect example, Neo. Okay, Neo and Neo 2 are getting next gen upgrades, right?
Right.
They're gonna have all the DLCs, better visuals, all that. That's the way you do it. You don't,
Exactly.
I mean, because that was going to be a cash grab. I mean, like with Dark Souls 3, the Fire Fades edition.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't get Dark Souls 3 until here recently because um, of that one reason. I didn't really, wasn't a big fan of Souls games anyway until I started playing Sekiro. I'm like, oh, this ain't too tough. So I get into it, and I thought, I'll try something new. It's a new year. I'll try something new, and I'll try Dark Souls. And the Fire Fades edition was on sale for like, how you do it? Pay one price, get all the content.
Exactly. And here's the other way you can go about it. Give certain consoles the advantage. Like take CTR Nitrofield for example. If you
Mm-hmm.
were a PS4 player, you could get the Oxide edition that would give you access to nitrous oxide. In the PS4, not PS4, in the Xbox One and Switch versions, you have to beat Oxide to unlock him. But if you are a PS4 player, then all you have to do is get the Oxide edition, enter a code, and boom, you've got Oxide. It's easy.
Or if you buy that digitally, because I buy a lot of my games digitally, since going to GameStop is more of a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me just to buy digital. Just buy the digital version.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what I love about digital.
And on
Um,
the note of CTR, can I just say that is one of the most beautiful remasters I've ever seen. I mean, you think Battle for Bikini Bottom has good graphics? CTR took every single track from the original Crash Team Racing and Crash Nitro Kart and remastered them in the most amazing ways. Took advantage of the mechanics. Nix gave you not just with the tracks, they took advantage of the mechanics with drivers and the characters and everything. No longer are you
nice.
limited to a big racer and a small cart that is bad on speed but horrible on turning. Now you can give whatever character whatever driving stats you want, and the tracks are beautiful. They have come up with ways for you to master every track with new modes. There's online play. I mean, it is honestly I love Mario Kart 8. I mean, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is on my list, but screw that, because Crash Team Racing, CTR Nitrofield, that's where it's at if y'all are racers.
Now, I do have a question about CTR and Nitro Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
We both have disabilities going on. Are there any accessibility features in that game or in Bikini Bottom for players who have disabilities
I have
that are not in the originals?
That's a good question. That's something I'd have to look up to find out. CTR is a heavily visual based game because you gotta know where you gotta be able to see where you're going in addition to being the fastest. So maybe not with Nitrofield, but Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's a good question. They may have some workarounds. You'd have to look those up.
Because I remember when Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, but when what was the name of that thing? I know there was one. Oh yeah, Overcooked. I heard that they're bringing Overcooked to PS5, right?
Right.
And they're bringing it with all these accessibility features. That supposedly couldn't get it on PS4.
Yeah.
They need to do that with all these remasters. If you're going to upgrade them to the next gen,
Exactly.
bring accessibility into it, because there are players, and I know this firsthand. There are players with disabilities, myself included. There are games I will not play because of a lack of accessibility.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're not the first.
Um, you know, take take the Batman. games. I won't play those because they don't have very accessible features. I mean, it's like, come on, if you're going to remaster a game, like they got Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition for PS5 now. Now, granted, I do not own a PS5. I plan on getting one eventually, and then we can, discuss how they do on the PS5. But you would think with the upgrade in technology, they would include accessibility features for players with disabilities.
Oh, yeah.
To get a better player base. Now, I have a question. I know that we're talking about remasters, and this, I guess you could call this a bit of a remake. The new Samurai Showdown that just came out 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, have you got to play that yet?
No, I have not.
Well, if you haven't, I posted a stream I did over on my YouTube channel. You can go look that up, or it's on my FB, so you can look that up. And that game, it looks gorgeous. It's a complete reboot, not really a remake. It's more of a prequel.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we were talking about accessibility.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tweet the official Samurai Showdown Twitter account today and say, look, you all didn't bring any accessibility at all to your game. You've been out now for 2 seasons worth of DLC. You're going into your 3rd season. Put accessibility features into your game. It's uncalled for.
Exactly.
I mean, even, Mortal Kombat has a little bit of accessibility, but as for remasters, what about, let's see, what's another, the Spyro trilogy.
Spyro,
have you got to
Crash and Spyro, both good, excellent
yes.
remasters, especially the Insane trilogy for Crash Bandicoot.
I need to get that. I need to pick that up
on my list for sure. I have the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy, and I have Spyro 3 on my PS1.
I want to get both of those trilogies and then get Crash 4 eventually because I remember those games from my childhood.
I can't play Crash 4 right now. It says it doesn't have a Nintendo Switch port.
Yeah, that sucks.
But you talk about good remasters. I mean, Crash 4 and Spyro Reignited practically defined the remaster industry as we know it. They took
I know.
They took 2 well-known franchises and gave them new life and have sparked continuations into the series.
I think that if Crash the Insane trilogy hadn't happened, we wouldn't have Crash 4. It's about time.
I know, and now we're getting a Spyro 4 in the works, so absolutely.
Oh God, I've got. Okay, I need to get those trilogies. I know that I love my fighting games, but I have got to get those 2 trilogies. So whenever I can find them in a bundle pack, I am going to get them.
Yeah. As for me, I've got them on my eBay list.
Oh my God. And then I need to get Crash 4 and then Spyro 4.
There's a ton. There's a ton I'm getting on my list.
Oh no, I mean it's like there's so many games and all these old collections like the Mega Man Legacy Collection. If you've not gotten a chance to play that, that's on the Switch.
And you want a game that's full of remasters, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has so many remastered tracks from so many previous versions of Mario Kart. It's unbelievable. That's why it's on my list.
Nice. I don't get Mario 8 so the only thing I would have close to that would be CTR Nitro Fueled, and that's why I was asking about accessibility. And I guess they're not gonna
for the accessibility thing.
Yeah, I would definitely, or I could just look it up on YouTube or something. And then let's see. As for remasters that I wish we got, and I would love to just kick Square Enix's butt for this. They're sitting on a property that I grew up with. You may not be familiar with it. Are you familiar with the Legacy of Kain series?
I've heard of it. I just haven't played it.
Oh, Kyra, you're missing out. You are missing out. Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver on PS1, classics. Classics. Now, I got an interesting story about the Legacy of Kain series for me growing up. See, it came out on November 1st, 1996. I was only 13 years old, right? My late brother got it, and he was telling me how, you're a vampire and you drink blood and you do all this cool stuff. I wanted to play, but I couldn't because there was a lot of, at the time, I had some issues going on with seizures.
Yeah.
So I had to be very careful. As I am today, whenever I buy a game, I'm very, very careful with what I buy. And, I buy, I'm very cautious. And that game in particular, from what, they said had a lot of flashing lights. But I discovered later on, when I actually was like, 18, 19, 20, I got to play it, 20, 21, 22. Well, I got to play. A friend of mine ordered me a copy of it, and I'm like, this isn't flashy at all. And my brother told me the real reason why that they had to keep it from me was because of the story of it.
Oh.
Yeah, just go look up the story. I won't spoil it, but go look up the story of Legacy of Kain, and it will just blow your mind as to why, there were people that back in the day that thought that it was satanic.
Oh, trust me, I've heard the same thing about the Silent Hill games, and that's because Silent Hill revolves around a cult-based plot for three of its for two,
Oh yeah.
for at least
Oh
three of the
yeah.
games. And Silent Hill actually, it wasn't really a remake or a remaster. The first game actually got a reimagining. So hell yes, I can understand what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Now I wish they would have brought that reboot to the PS4 because that's one I missed out on. I think the last Silent Hill I played, you could do finishing moves on your opponent. It was really, really brutal and gruesome.
Oh, Silent
I
Hill
loved it.
is just.
Oh my god.
People say
Great
Resident
game.
Evil is the most gruesome horror series of all time. No,
Nope,
Silent
nope,
Hill.
nope. Silent Hill. Oh, speaking of remasters, Resident Evil 0 and 1. On the on current consoles, PS4, Xbox, Switch. Oh my god. I mean, when I found out that they were bringing the Resident Evil remake from 2002 over to PS4, I just about lost myself. Because, see, I never got to own that game. Because, see, I owned the GameCube briefly, but I never got to own it. And then when I found out I could buy that and stream it on YouTube, oh, hell yes. And then Resident Evil 0, yeah, boy.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Resident Evil 2 is one of the biggest remasters of all time, so heck yeah.
No, that's actually a remake.
Remake, duh. My mistake.
A remake, which, I mean, I had to kind of delete it off my hard drive to make room for another great, and the same with RE3, but I got RE3 on disc, so it's all good. Final Fantasy VII Remake. I've got that. I cannot get past the first part of it.
Dude,
oh god, that escape part. I can beat the Scorpion.
Here's what I'm dreading about the Battle for Bikini Bottom rehydrated remake. I couldn't get past King Jellyfish, the first boss of the entire game in the original on my Xbox, and I had to use cheat code to get to the rest of the levels. But here's the thing. I was great at the other boss battles, except for Jellyfish.
Well, the thing with me, it's that escape sequence. I think what's throwing me off is the visual of it, where it's there's no like visual indicators for your ladders, nothing like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's why I'm gonna keep playing the game. I'm gonna keep taking stabs at it. And keep trying, but I'm kind of waiting a little bit to kind of re-engage it and see if they're going to update it anymore and give it much needed accessibility overhaul.
Yeah. I'll
Because the
tell
Japanese
you.
devs are not like the devs here in the U.S. See, the
Yeah.
devs here in the U.S. Um, kind of have to go by the ADA,
Yeah.
and the ADA, they want to make it as accessible as possible. Where the Japanese, they kind of get it, but they don't.
Yeah.
That's hence why I tweeted the Samurai Showdown account today and just said, guys, if you would do this, you would grow your player base, which is what they need to do.
On the note
Um,
of fighting games, though, another highly anticipated remaster series that people
mm,
want. People
mm,
want the Smash Brothers series completely overhauled. No
oh,
more new Smash Brothers titles. Give us remasters of the old Smash titles.
yes, I played the original Super Smash Brothers back on N64.
Mm.
Now, I do have a story about that. I played the original Smash, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I got the hang of it, I loved it. I rented it from Movie Warehouse back in the day,
Oh, Movie
and
Warehouse. If y'all listened to the
yep,
last collaboration we did, you guys,
yep, we
true
that's the era
blockbuster,
we.
Movie Warehouse, best
Yep,
movie
me and
rental place.
Kyra, that's where we grew up at. Unfortunately, them places are no more because of the way things are now in the industry. They kind of got put out of business, just like in the music industry with Sam Goody and On Cue. But anyway, I played the first Smash. Oh, me and my brother and his friends, we all. If they would remaster those, I know they can't bring them onto PS4, but over to the Switch, Kyra, you'd have a blast.
Oh, I know. I played Super Smash Brothers Ultimate with some friends on Twitch before I
Oh
got my Switch.
God.
And I'm terrible at it, but I just have so much fun. I'm a button masher when I play Smash, and I don't care if I
Mm-hmm.
win or lose. I'm just in it for the fight.
Me, when I'm playing like Sam Show, it's a different type of game and know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Really, it's easy to learn but hard to master, as they say. But going back to Legacy of Kain, if they would give us remasters of Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen 1, Soul Reaver 1, Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 2, I would be elated. But what I want more than anything, and I hope to God if anybody out there at Blue Point Games is listening, begging of you, remake Blood Omen 1 and Soul Reaver 1 in the vein of Demon Souls, but give us execution moves when we perfect block our opponents so we can steal their souls and steal their blood. They do that, and I'm going to pre order that day one.
Oh yeah.
Because Dark Souls 3 may be rough and tough, but what I love about it, the challenge. Okay, I failed at this, I'll try this.
Yeah. And
And you
speaking
can
of,
apply that to
go ahead.
life. You know what I mean? You can apply that to your life. I mean, I know we're talking about remasters, but that whole concept of trial and error.
Yeah. Speaking of well, this isn't really a remaster or a remake, but it falls under that speculation. You talk
Mm-hmm.
about something that's disappointing. Super Mario 3D All Stars. People were expecting remasters or remakes of the three titles included, which was Super Mario
Mm-hmm.
64, Super Mario
Yep.
Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. What did they give us? They gave us re-releases. And I'm like, no, this isn't what we wanted. What we wanted was these titles to be remastered.
Yeah, I remember about the shout out to RGT. Uh, uh, thing like that. It was just real, and you can only get it through March of this year, which is a shame.
Oh, trust me, I'm gonna get it before it goes off the market because I don't want to have to pay $300 for a Mario title
Three hundred
because that's how
dollars.
much it'll probably be bootleg for 300. Once it's gone.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And because even though it's not a remaster or a remake, it's so popular right now that everyone wants it. And nobody's bootlegging it because they know it's only going to be available through March. So all the bootleggers are, yeah, we'll just hold off until April and then we'll bootleg it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna bootleg it. They're gonna go and just hike it up. I mean, we're gonna see another PS5 and Xbox Series X scalp situation on our hands.
Oh my god! Not just PS5 and Xbox Series X. I before I got my Switch through my sister, I was looking at getting a PS4, and the prices were ridiculous.
Well,
Ridiculous.
you got to understand, Kyra, that they're still current out. You know, they're not obsolete yet. Now, if you,
Oh, I know they're not
so you
obsolete,
could still
but
get one. I'm sure you could get one. Maybe on. You know what I mean? I would look now, like since it's a new year, I would start looking since the PS5 is for
yeah.
the
Well,
PS4,
I've been
and
looking.
once you get that
I've been
PS4,
looking, but
there's
I've
other.
been looking. But I've got my Nintendo Switch right now, so I don't really need one. But
Uh,
I do need to start looking again. I do need to start looking again.
oh
The problem
yeah.
is, I'm very picky about my PS4. I don't want a black one. I either want the blue one or the white one, and I don't want the black.
Well, with me, I kind of had an interesting situation in 2017, or it was 2018 ish, I believe. My big PS4 I got in 2014 ended up going kaput. It,
Oh,
it needed an update, and it was like system error. This update cannot, reboot in safe mode. So I went to work one day. I was kind of pissed off. Okay, I had to work, do the day job. In the back of my mind, my PS4 is broke. I'm not going to have anything at home. It's going to have to be repaired. I'm going to have to pay an extra amount of money to do it. And my mother's just, I texted her and said, look, let's just replace it. So we called out at GameStop. They had a PS4 Slim. I didn't care what color it was, um, as long as it would work. You know what I mean?
I get you.
So I got that and got my external hard drive, and I've got it going to this day.
That's awesome. Me, I don't care if it's a slim or a pro, but I there's something about the black that I just can't do. I don't know what it is, but like I need to do something in a different skin.
Oh yeah, I got you. But yeah, there's like so many remasters on PS4 that I mean they've got the Devil May Cry HD collection, which is amazing. Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry Definitive Edition, which DMC DE was the first remaster that I got.
Yeah.
And when I got it and started doing my playthrough of it, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Because see, I played it and beat it on PS3. I'm like, now I'm getting it with better visuals and all the downloadable content. Sign me up.
Heck yeah. Now talking about highly requested remasters. What I want now that we've got Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated redone, there are
Mm-hmm.
two other titles made by the same developer of the original Battle for Bikini Bottom,
Mm-hmm.
which is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game and
Uh-huh.
SpongeBob SquarePants Truth or SquarePants. I want both of those remastered, and then I'll be happy as a clam.
Me, here's what I want remastered. We got Kingdoms of Amalur, which I didn't get because I've heard bad things about the remaster. That they didn't do anything to innovate with it. They just kind of ported it over to the current gen consoles. Um, which I'm kind of not a big fan of that. And I get that they're making new content for it, but I mean, come on. You know, you could have done more than just a straight port and doubled it as their Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning or whatever they called it. What I want to see get remastered in the worst possible way, and they probably will not do this. Did you by chance ever get to play um the Legacy of all the Legacy of Kanes.
No.
You know, give us a collection with all the Legacy of Kanes, remastered, better visuals, etc. And then another thing I'd like to see remastered. We've got the Destroy All Humans remake, which I played a little bit of it. I bought it over the summer. I couldn't get into it. You know,
Yeah.
I just said, you know what? This game is very inaccessible. I can't figure it out. I'm not going to enjoy it. So I'm done with it. That's a remake I didn't like. But a remake that I absolutely love, once I get past that first boss, is Final Fantasy VII.
Mm. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is supposed to be fantastic. Now, we talked about Silent Hill earlier. I
Yes.
think if they would redo the Silent Hill reimagining, things could actually look good. And the Resident Evil reboot series, no, not reboot, remake series would actually have some competition.
Oh, yes. If they would give us a Silent Hill remake, and oh yeah, I heard a rumor that they're bringing us a Silent Hill reboot
Oh, that would be even
on
better.
PS5. I heard also a rumor that they're gonna do a Castlevania in the same style of Bloodborne and Souls. Oh God, if that's the case, please sign me up.
There'll be a huge following for Castlevania, and
I
the
would
Silent
buy
Hill
that.
reboot will get its own
Mm-mm.
cult. I mean, good. I mean, I'm joking when I say it'll get its own cult because obviously that's not gonna happen. But
I know it would do well. I know a Castlevania and the Style of Souls and Bloodborne would do well. I think that that would be awesome if Konami would actually lend these franchises and properties out to these developers to make games.
mm-hmm.
Like Blue Point could do a Castlevania. Oh, have you seen the Demon Souls remake?
I've heard about it. I've heard it's really good.
Oh my God! When I get PS5, I'm getting that sucker. I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna try it. Shout out to Maximilian Dude, by the way, real quick. He did a full playthrough of it on his YouTube, and you can go see it. Oh my God! It's like that's Demon Souls. I'm like, oh wow. And then let's see. We've already talked about LOK. I want Blue Point to remake those in the same vein with that one
Another highly
extra.
requested remake or remaster, one or the other, I've been seeing requested Donkey Kong Country for
Yes.
from N64. We got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which was pretty good, which was pretty darn close. But now we want the original remastered, and can you blame us?
From '93? Oh, I know that game was dope.
Oh, and while we're at it, remaster Donkey Kong 64 too. That was a good game.
No, I love that game. Donkey Kong 64 was great. Hell, why don't they just remaster DK 1, 2, 3, or DKC 1, 2, 3, 64, and Diddy Kong Racing? Just remaster all of them.
Actually, Diddy Kong Racing got a remaster, but it wasn't that good. It was remastered on the, or maybe it was a remake. It was one or the other, and it was. I found this out a few days ago thanks to Watch Mojo, and it was on the Nintendo DS, and they hardly did anything for it. And
See,
was a
let give that the proper treatment. Come on.
I mean, you talk about bad remakes. Another one was Ape Escape. Ape Escape. That
God.
was a fantastic PS1 game. I only played the demo on demo discs. Shout out to any one of y'all who remembers demo discs.
Oh yeah.
We'll get into that in another day.
Yes,
another podcast. But
we will.
Ape Escape had its own remake, but the graphics were so lackluster for the PlayStation Portable that it felt more like a cash grab than it did an actual game.
Oh, game remakes, they'll trick you. I mean, like, oh, we're remaking, like they were gonna remake, I believe it was the first 3 Mortal Kombats, and then they got shelved. Like they were told to shelve it. If they would just come on, WB, let them remake these games. Let NetherRealm Studios go in with the Blue Squirrel or whatever it was, whoever it was, or Blue Point. Let NetherRealm and Blue Point tag team this project, right? Okay. Do you
Right.
remember a game called Star Wars Masters of Kasai?
I'm not familiar with that particular one, but that's right because new Star Wars games are a dime a dozen.
No. This was a PS1 game. This was a fighting game on the PS1.
No, I wouldn't remember it. I was very little when I had my PS1.
Okay, now me and my brother and our buddies would play Star Wars Masters of Kasai. And I remember Game Ranks, by the way. Shout out to Jake Valladino if you're listening. Um, he asked what would be any Star Wars game of any genre that you could have made. I voiced him on Instagram and said, I want a Star Wars fighting game made by NRS. And what I would love for NRS to do, if they could do it, is get the Star Wars license, remake Masters of Kasai, and do it right. Don't just ham it with 9 characters like in Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Give us at least 20 to 30 characters to start off with. You know, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's when I would love to see that in Soul Reaver by Blue Point for PS5. Blue Point, come on, please do it.
Now we've got this already, but another thing that would be a good remake, because it's been years since this has happened, is bring the Yoshi's Island series to the Nintendo Switch. You've already given it to us on Game Boy Advance. Let us experience it with brand new graphics on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that would be very, very awesome.
I mean, if y'all haven't played Yoshi's Island, y'all are missing out because Yoshi's Island is fantastic. I remember getting all the way through World 4, and then I encountered the first boss, Mr. Blimp, and I was finished. I couldn't progress any further.
Now, are you talking about Yoshi's Island on the DS?
On the Game Boy.
On the Game Boy. See, because I wasn't a Game Boy kid growing up because of my vision. I couldn't see well enough to play it.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the Game Boy Advance.
See, again, I had to avoid handhelds because of my vision. And that's the reason why I never got into the handheld market. That's why I'm not.
The Nintendo Switch would actually be the perfect platform to bring Yoshi's Island to, because it's been on the Super Nintendo and the N64. Well, I don't think it was on the N64, and it's been on the Game Boy Advance, so it's had the advantage of being handheld and a home console.
Oh, nice! I don't know if this is on the Switch or not as a remaster, or if it was on Virtual Console. But Yoshi's Story, or you had it was Yoshi, and you were on the side to side panel, but you could move up, down, left, and right, and you could unlock different Yoshis with different abilities.
I don't. Well, there's no Virtual Console except for it may be. The only Virtual Consoles that are on the Switch right now are the NES and the SNES.
Super NES. Oh yeah. So
it could be the SNES Switch library, so it might be on there.
Now I think Yoshi's Story was an N64 game.
Oh, then it's not going to be on there because we don't have an N64 Virtual Console. Right. So yet, and we don't have a GameCube Virtual Console either.
They need to hurry up with those.
I know. Oh, any type of here's another popular remake. Any of the first 3 Sonic games.
Yes. I know. I think Sonic's PS3. And I know that
And Sonic, I know for a fact that Sonic 2 had a port for the Xbox 360, but I don't think it was ever properly remade or remastered.
Now, if you want proper Sonic or old school Genesis games remastered, the Sega Genesis collection is the way to go. I mean,
Oh
you've
yeah.
got. Oh my God, I bought that just because it was. I wanted to buy it. And I kind of bought it by accident off the PlayStation. I'm like, oh, I bought this too. Oh wow. Um, I mean, it has a lot of games. Well, now, granted, I didn't keep it because when I started playing it and jamming out on it, something in my gut told me I better not keep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just
Well,
my gut told me don't
I
do it.
I had to play an 8-bit or 16-bit game for an assignment for class once. So I still got Sonic 2 on my hard drive from where I downloaded it from Xbox Live for free to play for an assignment. And I got all the way up to like stage 4 or something. And then same
Hmm.
issue. They got harder. I got stuck. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me with any video game I play. I get I
Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, we got the God of War reboot. Oh, when you get a PlayStation, oh my God,
mm,
God of War 2018. By the way, real quick fact about that game. I know we're talking about remakes and remasters, and we're touching a little bit on reboots. The Kratos in God of War. Guess who did the body motion for that game?
who?
The late great Shad Gaspard.
Mm,
By the way, rest in peace to Shad.
yeah,
Um, and it's just like, oh man, who are they gonna get? I mean, I'm sure they'll, I mean, it's just like I cannot wait to see what they do with God of War, the one that's supposed to come out this year.
yeah,
Cannot wait. And then we got as far as remasters, the Neo collection. I want to get that on PS5. If Blue Point remake Legacy of Kain and Soul River, please Blue Point. I wish that Amy Henning would allow them to. I know Square Enix owns the Legacy of Kain rights, but I wish that Amy would do something to get them to make those games happen. We
exactly.
just about got Dead Son. We about got Legacy of Kain Dead Son, but they scrapped it at the last minute.
Mm.
I was so mad.
There's a couple of other Nickelodeon games I want to see remastered from my childhood that came out around the same time as Battle for Bikini Bottom. There
Uh huh.
was Fairly Odd Parents Breaking the Rules, which was supposed to be
Hmm.
really fun. I never got to play that one. And the other one, I believe, don't hold me to this title, y'all, because I may have it wrong, is Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron, I think was the name of it. Oh, God, I don't remember. But those two were really popular when I was a kid.
Now, okay, for me, popular titles were the Mortal Kombat's, Street Fighters, which you can get Mortal, and I remember the Mortal Kombat 3D era games. Oh my God! If NetherRealm, if you're listening, please, I'm begging you, along with every other Mortal Kombat content creator on YouTube or on podcasting, please give us that 3D era collection on PS4, PS5. Please, that's what we want. And then remake MK1, 2, and 3 and MK4 and make MK4 right. I know they screwed up with MK4 because MK4 was the black shit.
Yeah.
I heard they were going to make this insane collection with like all the games on one disc, and they've never done it.
Now, going back to Crash Bandicoot a little bit, something else that's been heavily requested as a remake, it might not happen because of Crash 4, is people have been requesting that Crash Twinsanity be remade in the full vision that it was supposed to be before all the budget cuts happened. So if you play Crash Twinsanity, it has some issues. And it was the first open world Crash game too.
I think if Toys for Bob would be able, I think they could do it.
Oh, I guarantee you they could do it, especially with their collaboration with Beanox. You put
Oh
you
man.
Crash 4 has proven that you can put Toys for Bob and Beanox together and give birth to something beautiful.
I need to get the Crash trilogy and 4. I want to get those. I
I
really
want to
do.
get them too. I want to get them so bad.
But I'm just in this fighting game phase right now.
And me, I'm just testing out I'm testing out popular games from the Switch. Like right now, I've got ones I'm playing. Like I'm playing Paper Mario,
Mm-hmm.
Origami King, and I'm playing Crash
Oh.
Nitro Fueled. I am playing Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrate. I'm playing Let's Go Eevee. But next on
Mm.
my list, Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Mario Kart
Oh.
8.
Now, something cool about Animal Crossing, I've heard, that it's actually playable by the blind and visually impaired.
I've heard that. Yeah, there's some neat accessibility features with Animal Crossing.
Nice. Maybe we can do an episode on accessibility features in gaming.
That would actually be really cool. I accidentally discovered a colorblind feature in a game I play on PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's a puzzle game, and I accidentally toggled on this switch, and I'm like, well, why do the textures look weird? And I'm like, oh, you hit a button that you weren't supposed to because you're not colorblind.
Hmm. I remember when I got into, and we'll discuss this when we do accessibility, which is going to be amazing. By the way, Kyra, when we do that, I would like to invite another guest on when we do that accessibility episode.
Okay.
Her name is the Evil Chocolate Cookie. She's amazing.
You've talked about her before, yes.
If you haven't, everybody that's listening, if you've not checked her out, it's the Evil Chocolate Cookie. Go check her out on YouTube and Twitch, and go support her Patreon. She does play a lot of blind specific games, audio games, but she would really be a good one to have on for this accessibility. And I might see if I can bring on the ENFJ typologist as well again, see if she
Oh.
wants to do that as well.
And here's a good way to start capping off our remasters. I got an
Yes.
email yesterday from GameStop. For all of you
Mm-hmm.
guys who love survival horror, Five Nights at Freddy's has released all of their games leading up to Help Wanted for Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. You guys heard me
Oh.
right. Five Nights at Freddy's
Oh.
is now available for console. I shouldn't have said coming
Oh
because it is actually
my God.
it's expensive. It's fucking expensive.
How? Hey, it's all good. Don't worry. How
It's
expensive is it?
expensive.
How
It's very
expensive is it?
expensive. It is like $40 for the whole pack. But
Uh,
you've
that's
got
not
FNAF 1 through 6 on here, if I'm not mistaken. It may be
now.
FNAF 1 through Sister Location.
Considering that what you're getting, that's not bad at all.
I
Because
know. It's on my list. It is
Warner
on my list.
Brothers.
Even though I will never personally be able to play it, it's still
I
on my
know
list.
of somebody that is going to go gaga when I tell them this.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't play it though, Tim, because of your seizures, because of the jump scares.
Oh, I'm sure I could. I could YouTube it, and because I've not had that issue for years. I mean, so I could.
Yeah.
I mean, that was something that the reason why those happened to me was because of flashy colors, not because of
Well,
like.
that's the thing. FNAF has some flashing lights in some of their games, so you got to be careful.
Well, what I would do, and this is what I recommend to any listener out there, is if you're considering any of these games for purchase, if you're kind of leery about it, YouTube them. That way you can look it up. And this is
Oh yeah,
what I
that's
did
smart.
with Mark of the Wolves, Samurai Showdown Collection. I looked them up, right? I thought,
Yeah.
okay, because you can get Samurai Showdown Collection on PS4 right now on sale for $20.
If you
So,
guys are gonna look up FNAF on YouTube, do Markiplier or Dawko. Those guys
mhm.
are Markiplier is the hilarious one, and Dawko knows everything about FNAF, and he beat Ultimate Custom Night.
Nice. Thanks for those recommendations. But the reason why I looked these up is I thought, okay, I'll check them out because they were recommended by a friend, and I looked them up and I looked at it. I was like, I'd better not because
Yeah.
A, there's not a lot of online play on it, and B, I don't want to risk anything. It's not just for me; it's for the channel. So
Yeah.
it's for the YouTube channel. So when I
But
make a purchase, I
like,
kind of
all you FNAF fans, like, go to GameStop, get this game while you can. If you can't find it on GameStop, it'll pop up on eBay real cheap.
What's the name of it?
Oh crap! Hang on. Let
Yeah,
me.
let's find out the name so we can.
I'm on it. All right, hang on. Come on. Okay. I'm going to GameStop's website so I can find the listing.
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, while she's doing that, all you old Mega Man fans, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2 are good. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 are good. They even released a Mega Man Zero collection. So that's out now. As for me personally, as far as remasters, I'm going to look into this King of Fighters 14 Ultimate.
It's called the Five Nights at Freddy's Core Collection. Let's see, how many games does it have in it? I'm
Yeah,
looking.
Kaira's looking up this collection, Five Nights at Freddy's Core. I'm gonna look into that.
It has got okay. It is a $40 game, which is not bad. It has got Five Nights at Freddy's through sister location. So I was right. FNAF 1 through 5. Oh, and
Nah,
it's oh no freaking way! It has got a new achievement and trophy system. Shut up, honey. I don't need you right now. Go away, Amazon assistant. I'm sorry. I have add-ons. They find me good deals. It says it has a new achievement and trophy system as well as optional cheats that give new reasons to visit Fazbear Entertainment. Oh boy. Ladies
oh
and
god.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is, and all you non-gender conforming people like myself, this is the mother load.
Nice. I will definitely have to look into that. Because I've heard good things about FNAF, and I've been wanting to check it out. I don't know if it'll be my style of game. I'll have to look it up and to kind of get kind of a feel for it. I might YouTube it at some point.
Well, I personally won't be playing it myself. I'll have it just to collect it because the last time I tried to play Five Nights at Freddy's, I got so scared I hit the escape button before I could get jump scared. So it'll be definitely more of collector's sake for me. But I'm just like, oh my god, yes, yes.
Hey, I could get that and stream it for Halloween this year.
Oh, if you do it on Halloween, FNAF 4 has the jack-o'-lantern animatronics, Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie.
Oh, nice. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like every single FNAF game has some sort of exclusive Halloween feature if you play on Halloween.
Oh, nice.
Oh
Nice. And, okay, real quick before we wrap up, other remasters, the Borderlands 1 and 2 remasters. I, I got the Borderlands. It was called Game of the Year edition. They were porting it to PS4, right?
Right.
And they were like, go to GameStop and get your Borderlands Game of the Year edition. So Mom went out to GameStop on the day of its release and was the first one there. And it was the good thing she was there because guess how many GameStop had?
I'm guessing 3.
Yep, only 3.
Only
3 in the whole entire world were sent to each GameStop. That's how rare this game on disc is. And then Borderlands 2, the Handsome Collection, I got that digitally. So I'm not going to let that Borderlands collect. I'm not letting that Game of the Year go at all.
Oh no, I wouldn't either.
I'm not. And although I'm not playing it, I've got it, and it's there and it's mine. And then
another thing I really want to see remastered, and take this with a grain of salt, listeners, because not all of you are going to agree with me on this. When they redid Crash Team Racing, they did not. They only when they did the Nitro Kart levels, they didn't include a story mode to it. So I want them to remaster Nitro Kart separately because they've proven that they can do it. I want them to release the Nitro Kart tracks into a new game, make a Crash Nitro Kart Nitro Fueled.
Hey, what if? Now this is a thought because they can do this with these games now. What if they patched in the story mode and all the tracks?
They're not going to. Beanox is done supporting the game. They're done.
Boo. Boo, Beanox.
I know. Beanox. Beanox, you have failed us. You didn't give us story mode for Nitro Card.
No. Um, like I remember, like with the Uncharted collection, they didn't give multiplayer for that or Ghostbusters. I remember. But yeah, real quick before we go do our wrap ups, I do want to let everybody know that over the holidays, I know this is a bit off topic, but we did lose two wrestlers, Danny Hodge and Brody Lee. So rest in peace to them. Um, but now before we had to hop off into our wrap up, I do want to let everyone know that the next time Kaira and I are back, we're going to talk about accessibility in gaming, and we might have a couple of guests.
That would be fun.
Yep.
Now, something for you SpongeBob fans to look forward to. I might even get this just for this one level. Madden NFL this year is having a SpongeBob exclusive themed level. And
No way.
I normally do not play sports games,
Mm-hmm.
but I may get this Madden game just for the SpongeBob level.
Oh
Just for the
wow.
SpongeBob level.
That would be
This
insane.
is so big that Nickelodeon actually aired an NFL game on their channel.
Wow.
I know.
That's a first.
They said that SpongeBob got more viewings than they've gotten in 20 years because of that football game.
Oh wow, that's insane. That is total craziness. One thing I want them to remaster, and I mean I know I talked about Legacy of Kain and Soul Reaver, Mace the Dark Age. I want that to be remade and done right. If NRS could not do Star Wars Masters of Kasai, if they would do Mace the Dark Age and do it right this time, oh my god. Because I had
Yep.
that game on the N64 growing up. I actually owned it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Well, Kyra, I think it's time to wrap her up. Would you like to talk about what we will be doing in our next collaboration?
All right, y'all. Next time we are talking about accessibility and gaming. I'll have to do a little bit of research and rabbit holing for that one, but it'll be fantastic.
Yes, and we might have a couple of guests. I might bring back the Blind NFJ typologist, and I'm going to see about bringing on the Evil Chocolate Cookie. Bringing them onto the show, getting their perspectives. So we're going to have that. I would expect that maybe sometime in February or March. Sometime in that vicinity. Because I'm planning on doing another KSB episode and then the accessibility and gaming one. So with that being said, I hope everybody has a great uh, weekend, end of the weekend, and a great week. And I will see you guys with Kyra and our guests on the next episode. Until then,
I think you mean to say a great into the holiday weekend because tomorrow is
yes,
Martin Luther
Martin
King
Luther
Day.
King. Yes, a great end of the holiday weekend. And happy Inauguration Day that's coming up Wednesday.
Happy Inauguration Day. Can't come quick enough, if you ask me.
Oh, I know. But we are here to, we did the remaster thing, so yeah, that'll come quick. And the King of Fighters 14 Ultimate Edition. But shh, that's coming in secret. I can't wait. But anyway, we will see you guys on the next episode. I hope everybody stays safe, stays warm, stays healthy. And I know the whole pandemic thing has gotten everybody down and it's still going on, but hey, relief is on the
Hang in
way.
there, y'all. I mean, suicide is a real issue. If
Yeah.
you're thinking about it, talk to somebody, please.
Yeah, don't resort to that. There is a helpline. I don't know the number to it right off, but you know, go get that help and get the help you need because I mean, in this time of what we're going through with the pandemic and the
It's very
economy,
real.
yeah, it's real. It's not something to gawk at and make fun of. So my closing advice to you would be, and to any listener would be, if that's going through your head, seek help. If it's from a friend, a family member, professional. Just get the help you need and just stay strong because and don't give up hope because relief is on the way. The vaccines are coming. And when they get here, things will get better with time. So just don't worry. You got these great remasters and remakes that we've talked about and hope for to look forward to hopefully and to play and enjoy. Isn't that
There's
right,
light at the
Kyrie?
end of the tunnel, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Yes, we'll see you all next time. So until then, I've been your host, Blind Metal Gamer for Kyrie Super Saiyan. So long, everyone, and good night.